Casey and I here today in Western Iowa. I want to also recognize the members of the federal delegation along with Randy, Senator Ernst, who I saw. Where is she at? I just saw her. Okay, thank you. And Dr. Miller-Meeks, welcome. Good to see you again. Thanks so much for what you're doing. We really appreciate it. And what a great cadre of statewide elected officials you have here in Iowa. Congratulations to all the great work you guys have been doing. And to the legislators here in Iowa, you guys are amongst the most, if not the most, productive legislature anywhere in the country. So congratulations on churning out a lot of great policy in the most recent legislative session. And of course, it's easier to do that when you have strong leadership in the executive branch, and we have a great governor, Kim Reynolds. Sometimes people will say to me, they'll be like, Governor, why aren't other Republicans doing what you're doing in Florida? And I say they are doing it. And they say, where? I say they're doing it in Iowa. And in fact, I was here in March, and someone kind of took note, and they're like, man, look at all the stuff Iowa's doing. Iowa's like the Florida of the Midwest, they said. But I just want to let you know, after watching all the good stuff you've done in Iowa, it may be that Florida's the Iowa of the Southeast, so we'll see. But I think what both Iowa and Florida show, Republicans across the country, that Republicans can win again and can win big. We just have to make sure we're leading with purpose and conviction, and that we are delivering results to the people that we represent. I think if you look around the country, you see a lot of reason for pessimism. I mean, we have hundreds of thousands of people fixing to storm across our southern border with an absentee president in the White House. We have big cities that have been hollowed out because of massive crime waves. And of course, as Republicans, we've underperformed in elections for many, many years now. So there is reason to be pessimistic, but I'll tell you, Iowa and Florida should be a source for hope. Source that there is a better way forward, and that we have it within our capacity to get that done. And in Florida, just like Iowa, this was not foreordained for either of our states. You were a purple state. You lost to Barack Obama won this state twice. Same with my state in Florida. And in fact, I got elected by 32,000 votes in 2018. And if you look at the previous decade before I got in, president races, governor races, 1 percentage point races either way. Very evenly divided state. A lot of people told me when I was going to go into office, be mindful of that delicate political balance. Don't upset that apple cart. Keep your head down. You don't want to rock the boat. Now, that's just not in my nature. I rejected that advice. We made sure to lead big. We made sure that we would lead big. We made sure that we would go on offense. You know, some Republicans are like potted plants in office. They don't want to offend anyone. They're worried the media is going to attack it. Let me tell you something. If you are standing for what's right, the media is absolutely going to attack you. So what? That just shows you that you're over the target. So we went on offense, and we made sure that we were doing the business that we had promised the American people. And of course, we had a lot of issues. We had to deal with COVID and the like. But fast forward 4 years from that, we didn't win by 32,000 votes. We won by over 1.5 million votes. And it was the highest percentage of the vote a Republican governor candidate has ever received in Florida history. We were able to win independent voters by 18 percentage point margin. We won over 60% of Hispanic voters in Florida, and we even had big urban areas like Miami-Dade County with 2.8 million people. Hillary Clinton had won that by 30 points in 2016. We were able to not only win it, we won it by double digits. We won up and down the state of Florida, urban, suburban, and rural, and brought a real tsunami, just like they did in Iowa, where we were bringing in supermajorities of our legislature. And now, for the first time since the Civil War era, there is not one single solitary Democrat in statewide office in the Sunshine State. That's what you call winning. So the lesson is that people respond to leadership. People were moving to Florida because we were going a different way during COVID, just as your governor did, standing up for kids being in school, protecting people's freedoms and jobs. But you know what? We had a lot of those folks in places like Miami who had been Democrats and had voted for Democrats. And they came on our side, not only voting for me, but now they're registering as Republicans. So don't buy this idea that we can't expand our base of support. Of course you can do that. You can't win big with just Republicans. And we proved that, but here's the thing. We didn't do it by trimming our sails. We didn't contort ourselves to be anything that we're not. We led boldly. We led conservatively, and we delivered results and people responded. So that is a lesson from Iowa with what Governor Reynolds has done, and Florida with what we've been able to do. And at the end of the day, governing is not about entertaining. Governing is not about building a brand or talking on social media and virtue signaling. It's ultimately about winning and about producing results. And that's what you've done in Iowa, and that's what you've done in Florida.